The role of carbohydrates in human longevity is one of those deliciously controversial topics where nutrition science meets the dinner plate. While some diets portray carbohydrates as villains sneaking sugar bombs into our bodies, the truth is far less dramatic and far more interesting. Starch and carbohydrates are, in fact, the most easily absorbed and readily available sources of energy for the human body, and this is not an accident, but rather a result of millions of years of evolution. Omnivorous animals, from primates in the wild to humans sitting in front of laptops, share this biological design. Their digestive systems are optimized to break down starch and sugars quickly, turning them into glucose that fuels everything from walking to thinking to dreaming about dessert. That ease of absorption is not a flaw, but one of the great strengths of our metabolism, showing that the story of health and longevity will always, in some way, revolve around carbohydrate nutrition. Carbohydrates are more than just fuel for physical activity. They play a crucial role in brain function, which makes sense given that the human brain consumes about 20% of our total daily energy intake. The preferred currency of this powerhouse is glucose. When the brain is underfed of carbohydrates, it may adapt by burning ketones, but this is like asking a sports car to run on cooking oil instead of gasoline. It works in emergencies, but it is not the smoothest, most sustainable option. Throughout history, long-lived populations have leaned on carbohydrate-rich diets. Okinawans with their sweet potatoes, Mediterranean elders with their bread and legumes, or Central Americans with their corn and beans. These foods are not just tradition, they are slow-burning logs on the fire of life, providing steady energy without the metabolic stress of extremes. One of the myths that deserves a playful poke is the modern obsession with low-carb or carb-free eating. While cutting out refined sugars and ultra-processed starches makes sense, eliminating whole categories of carbohydrates is like asking your body to run a marathon in flip-flops. It may start strong, but it is not the most graceful way to finish. Aging bodies in particular benefit from steady, easily absorbed energy that reduces strain on metabolism. Carbohydrates from whole grains, fruits, tubers, and legumes bring with them not only calories but also fibers, vitamins, and phytochemicals that act like tiny anti-aging shields inside our cells. Instead of speeding up wrinkles or fueling disease, the right kind of carbohydrates act like gentle fuel for a long and balanced life. The funny part is that carbs have always been humanity's best friends, even if we like to pretend otherwise. From the moment someone in prehistoric times figured out how to roast a root over fire, we have been celebrating with carbohydrates. Every feast, festival, or comfort meal across the globe has carbs at its center. Rice steaming on Asian tables, pasta twirled on Italian forks, tortillas folded in Mexico, or warm bread breaking in Middle Eastern gatherings. If these foods were truly toxic, our species would have burned out long ago, instead of thriving and developing civilizations. The real trick is not to fear carbs, but to choose them wisely and enjoy them without guilt. In the context of longevity, carbohydrates may be the unsung heroes. They provide quick energy without overburdening the digestive system. They support brain clarity. They encourage physical activity by giving muscles the fuel they need, and they are often part of cultural eating patterns that promote social connection, another secret ingredient of long life. Imagine a group of grandparents gathered around a table, laughing while passing bowls of rice or plates of pasta. That is not just a meal, that is a recipe for resilience, where carbs are not only nutrition but also joy. So instead of trying to banish carbohydrates from our lives, perhaps it is wiser to view them as trusted companions in the journey of aging. They are like friendly storytellers, easy to digest, full of energy, and always ready to keep the party of life going a little longer. A diet without them would not only feel lonely, but also deprive us of one of the oldest and most reliable tools of vitality. Longevity is not about starving ourselves or playing tug-of-war with our metabolism. It is about feeding life with balance, and carbohydrates, especially in their natural, whole forms, will always have a starring role in that story.